This morning I'd like to talk to you about what is referred to as quarantine deworming. Now, most sheep and goat producers are very well aware that we have parasite resistance against all of the dewormers that we have available to treat sheep and goats with. And there's been several studies in the United States and around the world that have proven this over and over. Now you may ask, how do you get resistant worms? And there's basically two ways you get it. One way is you breed your own. And this can be accomplished if you deworm your animals too many times a year or just over and over and over. And what happens in that case is that we eliminate all the susceptible worms to that dewormer, and what you're left with is a population of worms that are resistant to your dewormers. The second way you can get it is you can buy them. When you go out and purchase an animal and bring it to your flock, and if that animal has resistant worms in it, then it will spread it to your flock that you have at home. Now, one of the ways that we can prevent that from happening, of not buying those resistant worms, is to make sure we follow a good biosecurity protocol. And one of the steps in that is to make sure that we isolate newly purchased animals for about 30 days. During this time that we've got this animal isolated, we want to do two things to it. One, we want to deworm it. And we want to deworm it with 3 different classes of worms, all at the same time, all at their regular doses. The other thing we want to do is do a fecal leg count reduction test. And what we're going to do there is we're going to do a fecal leg count right before we deworm it, and then come back 2 weeks later and repeat that fecal leg count. And then we're going to compare those 2 fecal leg counts. And what we want to see is we want to see at least 90% reduction in those eggs on that second count. If you don't see that 90% reduction, that means that animal is harboring resistant parasites. That's when you have to make a decision. Do I really want that animal to be incorporated into my flock where it can spread those resistant worms? If you'd like some more information about quarantine deworming, if you'll go to sunup.okstate.edu.